So this is a fun topic, Section 8, which is a federal subsidy program for low-income tenants or tenants that qualify for housing assistance. Many of us have heard of Section 8, and in many forums, we hear that Section 8 is a wonderful way to go for landlords because your rent is guaranteed by a third party, the government in this case. That is one of the pros of Section 8. In my experience, it comes with a lot of baggage. And let me just go through a couple of things that we've experienced in our 20 years of property management that make Section 8 something that you really want to consider in depth before you decide that that's going to work for you. Number one is there's a lot of requirements with regards to jumping through red tape in order to get approved for Section 8. So it's not like an open market tenant where we can put a tenant in, they apply for the home, they get qualified, we negotiate with the tenant directly, we come up with a move-in date and they move in. In a Section 8 tenant, you're going to have a lot more steps in that process. You're going to not only have to approve them through your own process, then you have to go and you have to get, Section 8 has to approve everything that you've just negotiated with your tenant. Then they're going to go do an inspection of your property and they're going to determine if your property qualifies for their system. Then they're always going to find something that they want you to update or improve, and they're going to give you a time frame to do all this in. And then, assuming you've passed everything, then they're going to give you a date at which your lease can start. And they typically will only start on the first day of a month. So if we go through all this process and we're ready to go on the 15th of the month, you're going to have to wait to let the tenant move in until the 1st, which is the next move-in time that Section 8 has available. All that process means you're losing time and money getting ready to have your new tenant move into a property. Processes that could be avoided if you had an open market tenant. Furthermore, during the lease term, you're going to have to comply with additional inspections as Section 8 will continue to monitor the property, continue to monitor the tenant, and there are a myriad number of ways that there can be hiccups with collecting the rent, getting your paperwork out of order, getting inspections that need to be followed through on. And if you do actually have a tenant that is not paying their portion of the rent or is not following their terms of the lease, Section 8 doesn't assist with the removal of the tenant. All they can do is threaten to remove the tenant from the assistance, and that leaves the landlord holding the bag to get the tenant out of the property and deal with any aftermath of that. Section 8 has a place. Certainly, it needs to be there for certain families, and there are ways that many landlords make it work, but it's a lot of work and it's a lot of risk, more so than what a lot of investors that we talk to are expecting when they first hear about the program. So I don't want to turn anybody off to Section 8 necessarily, but I do want to highlight that it's not a cut and dry, simple thing to make all your problems go away with regards to collecting rent. It comes with a lot of baggage, and you need to understand that baggage before you make the decision to work with Section 8.